Hey guys, Mr. Royan's coming at you this morning with a second reading mini lesson today, and this lesson is focused on the skill of synonyms and antonyms. We're looking at using synonyms and antonyms to help us bolster our understanding of vocabulary words, uh, strengthen, this really strengthen our writing. Because when you can think of a synonym and synonym or an antonym, your vocabulary grows, and it just keeps building and building. And when you have a big, uh, vivacious vocabulary, a lively vocabulary, your writing just becomes that much more rich and um, more interesting to read. And that's really a skill that I like to focus on in fourth grade. And having a good and knowing synonyms and antonyms, it just helps make reading easier. Because if you come across a word, you can go, oh, I've heard that. That's like, that's like that word. I know that meaning. Or maybe the description. You can use context clues, and the description of the word makes you think, well, that sounds kind of like the word cold. So you know, icy must mean cold. I mean, we all know icy means cold, but you understand what I'm saying. If I don't know the meaning of a word, I look at the context clues, I can go, well, that sounds like another word that I've heard before, so that must be a synonym for icy, or a synonym for cold, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to stop, and we're going to look at, there's a second part to this video, and it's a series of keynote slides that I made, and it's just part of this whole mini lesson about synonyms and antonyms. And when you are looking for an antonym, or a synonym, sorry, you think about the meaning of the word and whether there is another word that expresses the same idea. So you're thinking about the word. Maybe it's cold. And you are thinking about the meaning of the word. So you're looking for the synonym, looking for a synonym, not cinnamon, synonym. You're looking for the synonym of the word cold. Well, what's the meaning of that word? Well, it means the weather, you're uncomfortable because it's just chilly outside, right? And is there another word that expresses that same idea? Freezing, icy, chilly, right? All those things mean the same thing or nearly the same thing as cold. Now, when you're looking for an antonym, you think about the meaning of the word, and what's the opposite? So once again, I'm looking for the antonym of the word cold. Well, what's the opposite of cold? Hot, burning up, scorching. And you just insert it into whatever it may be. Tomorrow's assignment will be, you kind of doing some independent synonym and antonym work. I have to say it like synonym. So I try and say it fast, but zoom, synonym and antonym work. But today, there's this mini lesson, and then you're just looking for the definition of a word, and then you're looking for the, a couple synonyms and a couple antonyms. It's a word I've given you, not a word you're choosing. Maybe that might be interesting. Maybe I'll do that for like a Friday little fun assignment. You can choose your own. Anyway, so please watch the second part of this video. I just wanted to kind of do this first part because it feels better to get back in front of the classroom, recording lessons. It's kind of weird to record a lesson where you can see me down in my basement, but if you see my background, you can see all my comic books. All those boxes are filled with 300 comic books apiece. Maybe we should do that math. They're full of comics. And over there I have my graphic novel selection, some statues, and my Robin toy collection up there. Anyway, so synonyms, antonyms. Check it out. See you guys later. Royans. Out. Synonyms and antonyms. What are they? Part 2 of our synonym and antonym lesson today. Slides by yours truly, Mr. Royans. And guys, we're just going to continue talking about what synonyms and antonyms are. Okay? Number 1, a synonym is a word that has the same or nearly the same meaning as another word. I explained that in the first part of this video. Okay? If I ask you to find a synonym for a word, I'm asking you to find a word that has the same or nearly the same meaning. Not a phrase, but I want you to find a word that has the same or nearly the same meaning as another word. An antonym is a word that means the opposite of another word. So if I say, hey, find the antonym for this word, you're going to try and find the opposite, the word that has the opposite meaning. So if I'm reading a text and I come across the word exposed, and I stop and I think, okay, what is the meaning of the word? What does exposed mean? Now I want you to stop and think to yourself, what does exposed mean? Do you know what it means? If I go outside and I see something exposed in the jungle, or something exposed in my backyard, I've left my grill exposed through the winter. What does that mean? Exposed, it means not covered or hidden. Visible. That's the dictionary definition of exposed. What is another word we could use to say the same thing? So if I'm asking you for this synonym of exposed, this is another way to say what's the synonym for it. I say what's another word to use that you could use that says the same thing? Well, we looked at that definition and it had 2 words on it that we could easily substitute. The first one was visible. The second one is uncovered. Visible and uncovered both mean the same thing. If I left my grill exposed in the wintertime, you could look out and you could say, oh, he left his grill visible. His grill is visible in the wintertime. Or he left his grill uncovered in the wintertime. Both would mean you left your grill out and you could see it in the wintertime, right? Those words are synonyms, and they share. That means they have the same meaning. They have the same meaning as exposed. But stop and think for a second. Maybe pause the video. What words are the opposite? What words are the antonym of exposed? I hope you said something like hidden. And I hope maybe you said covered. Because if I say I left my grill exposed in the wintertime, that means I left it visible, I left it uncovered out in the wintertime. But if I left my grill hidden, or I left my grill covered in the wintertime, you wouldn't see the grill, right? So you see how those are antonyms. They're antonyms of exposed because they mean the opposite. Exposed means that you can see it. The opposite of exposed would be covering something up or it's hidden. Now for this seesaw activity, I just want you to define the word contribute. Then I want you to list 2 synonyms and 2 antonyms. And tomorrow we're going to have more synonym and antonym work to do.